Hello, everybody. This is Julissa. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now in the podcast. Today is Thursday, July 24th, 2025. I cannot believe the month is almost coming to an end, but everything has been going so fast this year in 2025. I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me. Before I continue, I wanted to talk to you guys something very sensitive subject regarding trafficking of children. So I just wanted to come in and tell you that, give you a trigger warning. Excuse me, I don't know what happened with the lighting here, but I just figured I give you a trigger warning because the subject is very sensitive. Okay. Before I continue, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now using Spotify. Don't forget to follow me there. Everybody, of course, who's watching on YouTube, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And also everybody who's listening using Apple Podcasts, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for following the podcast on Apple Podcasts. So let me just tell you something. I know after the Netflix came out with the Amy Brantley documentary, I know we have been consumed by it, basically. I had done already 2 episodes about it. Reaction, I guess, my opinion regarding what happened with her. TikTok is overflowing with people speaking about it. It seems as though, everybody's on it, basically. And that's a good thing. Okay, that's a good thing because, hopefully we'll get answers about what happened with her and if she's even alive. And that will bring some closure to the family. But just remember, this happened in 1998. And there's a lot of other things happening in the world right now. And we have to just be so careful not to get distracted. It's okay to pay attention to some things, but to not just be consumed by that particular thing. You need to understand, in 1998 there were other people who had so many theories of what happened with her. I remember watching the Emily Bradley case on American Most Wanted, Unsolved Mysteries throughout the years. And you need to remember, this happened all the way in 1998, way before the World Trade Center, all of that stuff. And, and it's good. I love how everybody's, actively searching for it. But there's nothing new under the sun. I think a lot of the theories that we're coming up in our minds about her and what happened with her, it's like we're already discussed back then. We're already kind of searched out research. So now, we just have to pray that the family gets some closure or get an answer about what happened with her. Because, being consumed by it, and some people say they have watched the 3 episodes multiple times, it could be also a distraction. Okay, I'm not trying to take away from her case, but I'm saying there's so many other things happening in the world right now. And this thing that I'm going to tell you about is the children that were rescued in, I think it happened Alabama. It's just so crazy, you guys, that this is happening right in our neighborhood. So it happened in Alabama, in Brent, Alabama. Let me just continue. Let me tell you what happened exactly. Authorities in Bibb County have uncovered a child trafficking ring involving at least 10 victims that have been happening for at least 2 years in an underground storm shelter. Okay, it's so sad because there's so many kids that go missing, that just walking to school, just going to the neighborhood grocery store to get a snack in the afternoon, and they never come back home, even going to the park with a family member, and they never return home. And then, this is happening right in their neighborhood. To keep these children, bring them off the street, take them away from their family just so that they can be slave for human trafficking and the other stuff, you guys, I don't want to say it so they don't cancel the video. And it's so sad, you guys. It is so sad when you hear about a case like this. And it was happening right in somebody's backyard, basically. There are people, grown adults, right, that probably, they probably have great jobs and they go to work and they do a great job, and then they go home and then they, at night they go and do stuff like this. It is so sad, and we have to pay attention, okay? And the investigation, which began in February, has led to the arrest of 7 suspects okay, with more arrests and charges expected. The Department of Homeland Security is assisting in the investigation, including looking into a possible gang ties and the immigration status of the suspect, okay? And the sheriff said, I've been in law enforcement for 33 years, and this is absolutely the most horrible thing I have ever seen when it comes to victimization of children. And I know God's forgiveness is boundless, but if there was a limit to it, I would think I'll reach this, said the sheriff, Jody Wade. A child sex trafficking ring was discovered in Bibb County, Alabama. The crimes occurred in an underground storm shelter near home in Brent, Alabama. At least 10 children ages 3 to 15 were victimized, with more victims expected to be identified. 7 suspects have been arrested so far, and authorities anticipate additional arrests. Okay, the investigation has begun in February, like I told you guys. The storm shelter in Bibb County contained chairs, bed, and other items used to restrain and drug the children. Okay, wow, that's just the evil work, doing its thing right there. Okay, it's so sad, you guys. Assistant District Attorney Brian Jones described the scene inside the storm shelter, saying there were chairs and beds and things that out of that nature, and children were drugged by, Mr. Trejo said, and tied to the bed, into the chair, into a pole, and then people would come and pay money to have, you guys know what that is, with the children. Okay, a photo of the storm shelter has been released to help trigger the memory of the victim who may have been drugged. There are many allegations with individuals that will have a hard time identifying just because we don't know their names, and their children were drugged, according to one of the co-defendants, and also they might not be able to recognize or be able to identify anyone. And the following individuals have been charged in connection with the case. William Chase McElroy faces charges, and they're listing the charges, and it's very, I don't want to repeat it here because it's crazy. Also Dalton Terrell, Andres Trejo, Timothy St. John, and another, it's a female, Rebecca Brewer, Ricky Terrell, Sarah Terrell, right? Probably related, obviously. So some suspects have confessed while others have not. Officials said some suspects have provided information that has been critical to the investigation. Okay, we have a big problem in the world when it comes to, I guess, I don't want to, you guys know what I'm referring to. I guess I can say intimate relations and children with adults. It is so sad, you guys, and it's happening right in our backyards. This was happening in somebody's storm shelter. These children were probably kidnapped, taken, off the street, like I said earlier, being made slave, right? Drugged, tied to a bed to wait for clientele on a daily basis. That is crazy. Okay, that is crazy. Nothing that is done in the dark is just going to stay there. God is going to expose everything. And this thing got discovered, right? They said the investigation began in February. Okay, thanks be to God that those children were rescued, age 3 to 15, he said. That's just terrifying. Okay, that's terrifying. It happens a lot. I'm trying to get the right age thing that I just said. 3 to 15, imagine a 3-year-old, imagine a 7-year-old, it's a 15-year-old being forced to do something like that. This is happening right in our backyards. We have a pandemic, okay? We have a pandemic, and we need to stop. It's just so sad that stuff like this happen. We need to stop, what I was saying earlier, don't get distracted. There are crazy things happening, right? And we need to bring awareness to that, because just as it happened in that county, it's probably happening in so many other places. So if you see something that is a little off, okay, you need to say something, right? Pray you pray every night for, try to pray that God expose everything evil that's happening, right? you need to understand that every time there's something evil happening or some injustice being done to somebody, like, those victims are praying for justice. And God sees all of that. Like, people try to hide so much stuff away from you, thinking that God is not seeing everything. They try to keep it hidden in a bunker somewhere. Oh, nobody's going to know that it's here. And God is watching all of that. Children of God being forced to do stuff like that. And you think God is just going to let it be? God have mercy. We have to pray for mercy, for the justice of the Lord. Like, man, it's just, people pray with fire and they know that God is watching them. They continue to do it. They get warned. They continue to do it. God said, don't do that anymore. Stop it. Stop it and continue. It's a continuous cycle because no other bodies, they say nobody's watching and nobody sees it, right? Everybody was sworn to secrecy. Nobody's going to say anything. And like the Bible says, the one that can, can take, what is that verse? I'm trying to get that verse that says the one that can take your name. And I'm trying to just get the right thing that I'm going to say. Because I think it says from the book of life. It's like, so the one that's the one who puts your name in the book of life, who has that authority, people have absolutely complete disregard that he's watching over it. Everything evil that you do, he's right there watching it. Just because you're hiding it so well, right? That's the thing. Sometimes it feels as though people are losing the fear of the Lord, right? That's why there's another verse in the Bible that speaks about saying that you believe, but you deny the power, right? You deny that God is the God of justice. Oh yeah, I believe in the Lord. It's the same thing that the Bible says, the demons believe and they tremble. They also believe and they know, right? And yet, they do evil things, right? It's so crazy, but I just wanted to come and share that story with you guys. I think there was another case not long ago. All of these things are popping up. Everything is being exposed, basically. Everything is coming to the surface. That tells you guys that we're getting closer to the second coming of the Lord. That's something that I say all the time. And also, excuse me, and also is that everything that's done in the dark will come to light, just like the Bible says. Just like the Bible says, people think they get away because my people are never going to say anything. So-and-so is never going to say anything. So-and-so, and God is like, and I'm over here watching the whole thing, FYI. So, let me know, guys, what you think about this. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to the channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.